Hi, I'm Bill Seaver,
And I'm Dan Miller.
and we are here today to encourage you to not back down during this recession time. Dan and I have known each other for a few years now, and one of the things that in our respective areas of work, we've seen that even though the economy is a little bit rough, I guess we could say for
Say that.
is that the temptation right now might be to back down on whatever you're doing. So Dan actually wrote a blog post just recently that actually got me thinking about this, and so I asked Dan if we could sit down together and talk about not backing down in whatever we do during the recession. And so Dan is a well-known author and speaker, and is known for his career coaching and counseling. So I wonder if you could recap just what your whole premise is and your thought on not backing down right now during the recession. The recession.
All right. What was the blog you're referring to? I'm not sure which one you were referring
It was a post where you were just talking about. It was an example of I think somebody wanting to back off of or I think it was their job. They were going to back out of their job.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Okay. That's okay. All right. Well,
It was the spirit. It
one,
was the
one of the
spirit of
things,
whatever you said.
well, there's a whole lot of inquiries right now about is this a time just to hunker down,
Right.
to forget about really moving forward? And my encouragement is move forward. This is a great time to move forward. A lot of times, unexpected or unwelcome change is kind of a window of opportunity that wakes up a
Mhm.
dream that we've had that would really take us to a better place,
Right.
take us to a higher level of success, more sense of accomplishment, fulfillment, and money. And so I never back away from what seems to be a downturn and
Right.
see that as a time to just simply take a fresh look. There's no Langston Hughes poem that starts off like this. It's hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is like a broken winged bird that cannot fly.
Mm-hmm.
And I remind people of that. A lot of times you kind of feel like a broken winged bird right now, but this is a great time just to take a fresh look at who you are, how God has gifted you, and what the opportunities are. And although the opportunities may look a little different, they're certainly no less in number.
Right.
There's more opportunity than ever. It just may not look like the old traditional 9 to 5 job where you get
Right.
a paycheck and a 401k contribution.
Well, and I was thinking too, at the very least, if you can just hold, right now, I think we would encourage people to move forward. But at the very
Absolutely.
least, hold and don't start to back up. In the movies, they'll say we need a volunteer, and the whole line backs up except the one guy, and it looks like he volunteered. And so it's like if at the very least you hold while everybody's backing up, you're still going to be
Ahead of the
ahead.
pack.
But
Yeah.
then if you were to even take another step forward, then you could do that much more. And so from my standpoint, with social media and social media marketing, and can you use blogs and podcasts and online video, I mean, I'm hearing great responses from people right now who are using social media just to promote what they do. Whether it's they're finding that they have new opportunities because marketing dollars are getting loosened up to try new things because they have less money to spend in general. And so there's opportunity to try some new things right now, just from a promotion standpoint. But from a personal standpoint, like people who probably are reading your books right now are thinking about how can I position myself to just get out there more? Can I establish a base somewhere? I was talking to a guy today who wants to just start blogging to establish some credibility in his area of expertise, and he knows he can do that. It'll help him professionally, and it may open up an opportunity for him down the road.
Mhm.
And now is not the time to sit back. Now is the time to advance.
Absolutely.
So and so something you said just encouraged
Right.
me, and it was something I feel like I've been telling people, and I know you seem to be telling people this all the time right now.
Well, we're in tough times, as everybody acknowledges
Right.
right now. And a lot of people were reminded of the Great Depression back in 1929. But it was during that time that Dale Carnegie wrote his first, the big book, How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Hmm.
And all it was a way for people to separate themselves from the rest of the pack. How can you be a little different from the 3,000 other people who are looking for the same opportunity? And he says 85% of the reason for somebody's success is due to what he called human engineering. Personality skills, only 15% due to the credentials and degrees and things that a person has. And that may seem fair or unfair, but it's a reality.
Yeah.
And it's a way that somebody today can separate themselves. So if you're using social media, if you want to do something that is a new company, a new business where you're providing a little service of some kind, it's pretty easy to separate yourself, to take that step forward as you describe it, and separate yourself from the pack. And to me, I think that's exciting. That's not to put anybody down, but it's just to show everybody the opportunity, and the ones that choose to can really step forward even during these times.
Yeah, it's a great time. And so I think I know you seem to be encouraging people that whatever it is you've been wanting to do, don't let the recession hold you back. Don't let that be an excuse.
Absolutely.
I tend to think that some people are using the recession, and I'm thinking about massive companies here, large multi-billion-dollar companies, are using it as an excuse to do things that they may have wanted to do all along, and they get to slap the recession sticker on it and say the recession is why we're doing this.
Sure.
But I would hope, and I'm seeing marketing departments that I'm talking with or clients who are more willing and more flexible now. So it's almost like people are moldable now into their thinking, and there are opportunities to do things now. So if, say, an individual has wanted to position themselves in a certain way, now may be the best time to go to their boss to talk about that and say, I do this, and we need this, and here's what this is going to do. And by the way, here's my blog where I talk about this. So maybe this is a conversation to have in 6 months or something like that.
And one of the blogs I did recently was how to make yourself fireproof.
Yeah.
And it's by doing those little things. Even if you want to keep a job, then make yourself valuable. Make it clear that you're bringing added value. Mm-hmm. So if that's in generating extra revenue, that's fine. But if you're the receptionist, then make sure you understand every contact and every phone call is a potential for increasing goodwill and business for the company that you're working for. If you're the janitor, instead of just doing your regularly expected jobs, offer to shred paper and wash windows as well.
Right.
You add value.
Yeah,
and there
that's
are a lot
great.
of ways you can really show that you're part of the solution, not part of the problem. Because companies tend to see employees as part of the problem.
Right.
And if we can get rid of 10,000 of them, then we're immediately going to be in better shape, because that's a fixed overhead.
Right.
But they don't want to get rid of the ones that are adding value every day to what they're doing.
Yeah, that's a great point. I appreciate just the chance for us to get together and talk about this.
Right.
What was the Henry Ford quote you said earlier?
And this is really pertinent for the topic that we're talking about. Henry Ford said, whether you think you can or think you can't, either way you're right. And that's really a true adage, because if you think we're in a recession, there are no opportunities, you're not going to see any opportunities. But if you think this is a great time to be moving forward and that there are new opportunities, believe me, you're going to see them around every corner.
Yeah, I agree. Well, thank you. Hope you're encouraged. And you can find out more about Dan. You want 48days.com?
48days.com, sure.
And I'm Bill Seaver at microexplosion.com.